It's Bristol Dirt Week. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Left Turns Only. A little bit busy last weekend. I had my own wedding to go to, so that's why I didn't make a video last week. So I hope that's a valid enough excuse for not making a video last week, but we're back and we got a lot to recap and we've got a lot to talk about because, once again, it's Bristol Dirt Week. By the way, the shirt I'm wearing, my good friend Dalton Mills makes some really awesome music. You can go check him out. I'll throw a link to his Instagram right here. And then also he's on Spotify. If you just look up Dalton Mills Music, check him out. He makes some really good stuff. So to start off, we're going to roll it all the way back a couple weeks ago to Phoenix because, like I said, didn't get to make a video last week. So we're going to do a Phoenix recap now. So in stage one, Larson has made his way all the way from the back of the pack to 14th place when the competition caution comes out. I still like the stages. I think stages are a good addition. It kind of breaks it up. If a race kind of gets long and monotonous, I think the stages are good. I think that's, it gives it a little bit of a break, like I said. So if it's just, you're kind of burnt out on it, it's like you at least have, maybe my guy can win this stage and, get those points like that. I think stages have been a good addition. Not everybody loves them. I think they're good. Something I don't always love are the competition cautions. So I think the stages, I think the way they're spaced out, they're a good way to kind of break up the pace, but I don't think the competition cautions, I think we don't need to split that up anymore. It almost to me feels like when, basketball games or whatever, they do like a TV timeout or a media timeout in the middle of a game. So it's like you get that extra timeout whenever the dead ball happens. And I guess just because that's been a thing forever, I just think of that as being the norm. But still, I don't absolutely love the competition cautions. That's just me. And I think this was an example of it here, of it really breaking up kind of the pace and the routine of this a little too much. Speaking of stages, not a lot to say about stage two. Joey Logano wins stage two, and to quote Forrest Gump, that's all I'm going to say about that. Stage three was the Logano and Keselowski show pretty much. And then Kyle Busch spins out late in stage three, so thumbs up for that. Love seeing that. Anytime we can see Kyle Busch taken out of a race like that, in like a non-harmful way. We just see him, pop a tire or something where nobody's getting hurt, including him or any other drivers. 2 thumbs up. Couldn't be happier about Kyle Busch getting knocked out that way. So pretty much all the leaders come in to pit after Kyle Busch spins. And, we're getting late in the race. They're taking advantage of this. It makes sense. You think pretty much all of your guys are going to come in. Except one guy who didn't come in was Bubba Wallace. Why didn't he come in? I've said repeatedly that Bubba Wallace is this guy who can be aggressive and deliver to an extent. He just can't get that win. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he can't, seal the deal and pick up a win in the Cup Series, but he can be aggressive and he can run good, but he shoots himself in the foot constantly with some just kind of, not great moves. And I hate to see that, one of these days he's going to pick up a win, but I don't know what it is. If he's over aggressive consistently, but I don't think this would be an over aggressive move. Just a poor decision. I don't know if it was him or his crew chief or who decided to stay out when everybody else came in, but it really, he kind of shot himself in the foot that way, and, that sucks to see. So it ends up Martin Truex gets the win, and the way the season's went so far, as far as your winners go, it felt odd to see a sense of normalcy, to see an established veteran, former champion like Martin Truex pick up the win because we've seen some really kind of random winners so far. I wouldn't have thought that Truex was going to be the first guy from Joe Gibbs Racing to pick up a win this season, but he did, and I like Martin Truex, so, no complaints with that. It's way better than some of the other Gibbs drivers that I don't love at all, picking up the win for Gibbs for the first win of this season. But, yeah, Truex is back in Truex form, so it's good to see. Next, we're moving down south. We're going to Atlanta, which I thought was going to be the Kevin Harvick show, and man, was I wrong. Kevin Harvick blew a tire early on, put him a lap down. The fact that he fought back and ended up finishing top 10 after going a lap down and blowing that tire early on in the race, that man has some kind of special magic. I don't know if that 2001 win, it's just like he's got this good juju that follows him because of that, that magical 2001 win, picking up his first Cup win there. But, even when you think, the deck is completely stacked against him, somehow he just still delivers. And especially, we've talked before, Stewart-Haas Racing has not been having the best season so far, and this kind of reflects that it's it should have been the Kevin Harvick show, but it wasn't, and for him to have ran that good to come back and finish 10th after blowing a tire. I mean, if he hadn't blown that tire, what could have been? I'm not saying he would have won the race, but I mean, I feel like there's a good chance though. So, but yeah, once again, Stewart-Haas not doing great on the day. But the person who really dominated the day was Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson led 269 of 325 laps, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. So you would think like, okay, well, he's definitely, he's going to pick up the win, whatever. But he didn't. Shockingly, he didn't pick up the win. I mean, the fact that Ryan Blaney was able to pass him, after he led so many of those laps, I don't know what it was, but Ryan Blaney just made the right move at the right time, secures the win in Atlanta. And once again, said it before, Ryan Blaney is one of my absolute favorite current drivers on the NASCAR Cup Series. So love seeing him pick up that win. So once again, kind of like we gave a thumbs up for Kyle Busch spinning out earlier, we give a thumbs up to Ryan Blaney picking up the win in Atlanta. All right, now we're moving on to what I've been excited about. I've been so excited for this for like a year now, and honestly, I think that my excitement is going to be completely gone to waste considering the weather forecast we're looking at Bristol. Because today, they're trying to run the trucks and, all the other things they have going on today. It was not the Bristol dirt race. It was the Bristol mud race is what it was. I mean, if you look at some of the pictures, when they tried to run those cars in the mud, I mean, they're just absolutely caked. You can't see anything after running just like one lap at Bristol. I mean, if you look at the photos of them after running just like 1 or 2 laps, you can see, I mean, these things are just caked in mud. They can't see anything at all. So I'm really hoping that, weather can clear, Bristol can go off without a hitch tomorrow, because I'm sure that it's going to take a while to get, I don't know what the process of, repacking dirt when the mud hits like that and stuff like that, but it just looked like a absolutely disgusting mess. And I'm someone who complained about the Daytona road course being too dirty of a race, but it's not a dirt race. So this is different. I'm ready to see these cars get covered in dirt, not mud. And I'm ready to see these drivers slip and slide and try to do things that they may have never had to do before, depending on their level of dirt experience, or things they haven't done in, maybe a decade or more, because they're, not running dirt ever. So once again, Bristol is essentially a mud pit right now, and I would hate to see those campgrounds. I've seen those campgrounds in ideal conditions, and I just think about, that's a lot of people with a lot of really expensive RVs and vehicles parked out there in the grass fields of dirt. So with that rain, it just has to be, there'd be 2 mud pits. There'd be the surrounding campground area of Bristol, and then there's the actual mud pit inside of Bristol right now. I bet it is disgusting there. All right, so we spoke earlier about competition cautions, how I'm not a huge fan of them. Because Bristol is such an outlier and such a new experience for all these people, they're changing up competition cautions and they're changing up tires. So for the competition cautions, they're going to have one on laps 50 and 150. So it's the exact midway point of stages 1 and 2. And that way, it actually makes sense because of the dirt track, because of these competition cautions. Instead of just, breaking up the action a little bit, it's going to give the crews a chance to go out and kind of, fix the dirt and fix things that they're going to need to. And I hope those 2 competition cautions are enough to keep the surfaces under the right conditions that they need to be. But at least we have that. I mean, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense to have those competition cautions like that. So that way, in case the dirt is just absolutely destroyed, they can go out, kind of resurface it, everything level back out again, and then that way we can have some good, solid dirt racing at Bristol. Second thing we're going to talk about with this, besides the competition cautions, different tire rules for this. So each team will receive an additional set of tires, so you get a total of 6 tires. So it's 1 set used in the qualifying race, and then your 5 for the actual race itself. But I don't know if they're not doing the qualifying race today, if they have to cancel that. I guess they get all 6 for the actual dirt race. I'm not 100% positive on that, but that's the way I would think it would be, because why would you waste these special tires they have for the dirt race, So you might as well just give them all 6, especially when we have no idea, how bad these are going to get when they're running that many laps. So looking at Friday's practice, there was extremely heavy tire wear. They expected a lot of tire wear for sure, but it was even worse than they anticipated, so that's what led them to get the additional set of tires. And this dirt is absolutely destroying these Goodyear tires. So I'm curious to see how quick these guys go through these tires, or how they decide to ration them out. And I think that's going to play a major factor in who has success at Bristol. Not just, it's not just the experience of, I've driven on dirt at a high level, I've had experience winning on dirt. I think the tire wear is going to be an absolute huge issue and how you manage your tires are going to be absolutely huge, because these guys that have won these dirt races, for the most part, they're not running 250 laps on dirt. They're running a lot shorter races. So this is going to be extremely different, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. Once again, just hoping it goes off without a hitch. We hope the weather clears up and we can get this ran. Even if they have to delay it. I mean, I don't know what the schedule is going to be, if it rains again tomorrow, if they push it to Monday, or what they push it to, because obviously, they spent all this time packing this dirt into Bristol. They can't just, leave it there and then go wait and try to find a makeup date. If they have to cancel this race, it's going to go down as one of the most infamously bad things in NASCAR history. Like, people are going to look back at this and say it was a gimmick to try to get people in the door. They didn't plan for this. They had no backup plan. So NASCAR pretty much, I think they know they have to make this go off. Not even without a hitch is not the right term. Like, there can be a couple of hiccups, but it just has to be completed. And even if it is, I think everyone's walking on eggshells trying to make sure that this isn't looked at as a bad gimmick race, 5-10 years down the line. And when someone brings up, oh, we should run on dirt again, they cite this as the reason we don't, because this went epically bad. The people that Bruton Smith surrounds himself with are the best at what they do. So I have every bit of faith that they're going to be able to execute this in one way or another. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. As far as my prediction goes, who is going to be the winner for tomorrow? I'll tell you who's going to be the winner. The rain is, because I don't see this race being completed normally tomorrow. Maybe there's extreme delays. You can't really dry the mud with a speedy dry. So if there's any bit of rain, I think that's going to be it, and it's going to really screw up the whole day. So that's my prediction. I think the rain is going to be the one to maybe making an appearance in victory lane tomorrow. So I can't even go with a driver, because I just don't see it being completed. That's just me. Like, I've got every bit of faith that it's going to be done one day this week, but whether it happens tomorrow with the weather outlook, I don't know. But man, I'm just so excited. Like, it's great. I don't think, for all people calling it a cheesy gimmick, I completely disagree. I think it's a great way to bring new eyes on the sport, bring a more casual audience in, maybe bring people in that go see races at their local dirt track but have kind of fallen out of love with NASCAR for one reason or another. The curiosity is going to get new fans in the door. That's what the sport needs, and that's what we want. I want to see. Bristol had 55 consecutive sellouts in a row. It was one of the hardest tickets, not just in NASCAR, but in all the sports to get, and that's what I want to see that return to. I want to see, all however many tens of thousands of people you can pack in Bristol there again. So I want it to be what it was when I was going to races there as a kid, and I just want to see its return to being one of the most popular sporting events in the entire world. So, but that's it. Once again, thank you for watching Left Turns Only. We try to turn out new videos every Saturday. Unless you get married, I guess, then you don't turn out a video. But once again, thank you guys for being patient. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, like, share, subscribe. And once again, don't forget to check out Dalton Mills Music on Spotify, YouTube, all the places you stream your music. Go check him out. Thanks, guys.